Live from Cullman, Alabama, Premier Bank presents Wake Up Cullman.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Jacob Murphy.
I'm Natalie Bonner.
And we are excited to have you back.
Yes, I'm excited to be back. So what I spent my day doing yesterday was attempting to be a 16-year-old again. I am over the youth leadership program, and we take these two students from county and city schools, private schools, and homeschool. We bring them all together for one day a month, and we learn about leadership skills and team building and different things like that. So we took them out to Huleko Youth and Family Camp out in Baileyton, and they navigated this ropes course, and none of them had any issues. It was great. They were all so brave. But then I get up there, and I just can't do it. I'm just totally afraid. I can't even hardly move. But I ended up sticking it out somehow by some miracle, and then I got to zip line out. And yeah, so that's how I spent my day, which was incredible.
Now,
I'm not brave. I don't like heights.
You stated you got to be 16 again, but you're like 12, right? Look at her. She doesn't look a day over 15.
Oh gosh, you're mean.
I'm excited. Like one of them. I guess this makes us even now because I missed a day, and then you're off at Camp Wagata, and I'm.
You are nuts.
Yeah.
I don't look 12.
Okay.
That is really mean.
It's not mean. Hey, look, take that youthfulness. When you're, I'm gonna guess like 70. You're gonna be glad that you look like a 30-year-old.
All right. I guess I'll be grateful then.
Absolutely. So we've had some interesting things going on in the community and abroad.
Yes.
And one that we should cover it's kind of scary because it involves very similar to our own situation. There was recently the shootings that have happened.
Yes. I'm sure that you guys have heard or seen about the unfortunate deaths of Adam Ward and Allison Parker. They worked at WDBJ in Virginia at a news station, and a disgruntled former employee that went by the on-air name of Bryce Williams actually gunned down these two, the reporter and the cameraman, and the interviewee, who happened to work at a chamber out in Virginia, was also shot, but she is being treated at a local hospital there, and she is expected to be all right. But this did unfortunately end in two deaths, and it was all live on air. So that is obviously just a really scary part of today's times, is how many of these shootings are happening. A lot of people want to ponder why, and there are several different reasons why people think that these things have increased in number. There have certainly been several different shootings lately, and our hearts just totally go out to them. They just look like such happy, great people, and they were very successful, and we really hate that for the community as well as for the station and their families and loved ones.
Absolutely. And with things like this, there's a moment of questioning your own safety in any occupation now. Over the last 10 years, we've seen an increase in disgruntled employees, specifically performing violent acts on previous employment. Birmingham had the one with the mail office there. I think it was about a year ago. We've had a lot of things like that happening, and personally, it makes me wonder why that is the appropriate answer to this. Yes, you have problems at work, but why? What does that solve? Okay, I've hurt these people. I should get my job back now, right?
And a lot of people have pondered whether or not it's some type of ongoing situation that can really be stopped. I mean, it seems like it's almost like an epidemic for these local shootings that have been happening. A lot of people have wondered whether it's due to racial tension or unhappiness from being fired at a former job, something similar to that. Several of those have been addressed as possible reasons for these mass shootings to occur. But either way, it is just it is a scary time in the world today, so you definitely should take every precaution necessary. On a side note, one of our coworkers did reveal to us that Bryce Williams, the gunman, actually had applied to a job at WAFF. So,
scary thought. Thought.
He did not get that job, but he did apply. So.
But little local outlook on that one. And again, continuing on that same process, there was another shooting here recently in Louisiana. An officer was indeed killed in the shooting, and there was a fatal stabbing at the home. The officer was actually reporting to a call in which 3 women had been stabbed in a home, in which one of them were dead upon arrival. And it's just, why? And this is a lot in a small amount of time in consideration. Now, it might just be the burst in which we're hearing it, but I mean, this is sad. It's hard to encourage people to come to America, which is supposed to be the land of security and freedom, when every day you turn around something like this is happening, and it should really show you that we have something to work on as a country. And I think that's a big thing to look at, is maybe we should start turning the focus a little more inward and trying to figure out how to solve our own problems right now, because it's bad. It's not something that people are afraid to raise their kids in America, and that is the exact opposite of why we were founded. And I find that little heartbreaking, honestly.
It's like you said, just a difficult time, and we just can't say enough about those reporters, how much we just send out our support and love. Just so sad, but.
Well, before we depress the audience any more than we already have, and that's our thought for the day, we would like to lighten the mood a little bit here by encouraging you to continue to look at our Facebook page and find out who the sponsor of the day is, because so many of our gracious sponsors has given us some awesome prizes to give to you. So let's take a look at what those prizes are for today. Alrighty, well, one of my favorite things to give away is this day pass for 6 to the Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center. The days are getting cooler, so you're going to lose your chance to get out there and enjoy it unless you stop by. And again, Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza, that's one large pizza from them, and those are fantastic. So you definitely do not want to miss an opportunity to grab one of those. So if you haven't already done so, check the Facebook page, find out the sponsor of the day, and then call us at 256-734-7399. That is, again, is 256-734-7399. Check that page. You do not want to miss the chance to get these.
And our Facebook friend of the day is going to be Brandy Trimble Chafin, and she likes Garth Brooks and The Notebook. And for being our friend, we are going to be giving her a Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue Sandwich.
And again, if you haven't had those barbecue sandwiches yet, they are fantastic. You do not, well, I mean, I say you don't want to miss it, but you really don't. There's a lot of places around here that people aren't aware of yet, and we really want to spread some word for Mr. Mike there at Mad Dog Mike's. He might not always be there because he does do multiple, things around the community. He does have a mobile truck. He does a lot now.
Right.
But someone's always there to help you out, and you do. I mean, it's good barbecue. It's worth it. And they're very friendly out there. So if anything, stop by and say hello to them.
They are great.
Alrighty. Well, we've got an interesting little segment coming on right in just a second, so you don't want to miss that. And we've got some cool things to talk about later in the show. So definitely stick around, and we'll be right back.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
With classic bolognese behind you, there are racks of lamb ahead. There are tartlets to take on, and crazy knife skills to perfect. There is you and your muse, the appliance brand more chefs choose. Chefs choose KitchenAid for their homes more than any other brand. And when every machine does incredible things, there's so much more to make.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us again. I am joined by Miss Kitty Ludolph and Mr. George Benson. Now, Mr. Benson, I'm aware, and I'm hoping our viewers at home, since you're as famous as we like to, to present you as, you are one of the featured artists coming up at the event. So, if you don't mind me asking, do you mind walking us through the process of how you make this artwork?
Okay, all of the china you're seeing started with a blank white piece of china. You need to try to decide how your subject, whether it be fruit or flowers or a scene, will fit onto that piece of china. And you might approach this in many different ways. You might have been influenced by an antique piece of china that you've seen, that you would like to create something as near to that as possible. Or you might have some totally different beginning where you're given what we call a study, which is a line drawing of a design that you would transfer to the blank china. Then we put on, in stages, the china paint. The first stage is what we call a base coat, and it's usually lighter colors, usually smooth, but wiping out highlights. And then that's fired in a kiln at a very high temperature, up to like 1,400 degrees.
Wow.
And then you're ready to do your second firing, which is adding detail, more color, making sure that things are right. You can add to, or it's hard to take away after it's fired on. It can be done, but it's not, you don't want to do it because it's complicated. You build up your paints so that you get a finished product. And this may take 4 to 5 firings. Usually you can complete one in 2 to 3 firings. It's totally evolving at all times. China painters today are doing things in a more modern method than they did back in the 1800s. The backgrounds are different. Subject matter even might be different.
Subject matter that you prefer to paint. And you told me that in previous conversation that was flowers. You prefer to paint flowers?
I don't like to limit myself to flowers.
Yes, sir.
But that's what I was first interested in painting.
Yes, sir.
I enjoy painting many different things.
Love to see more artwork. I absolutely think these are some of the coolest pieces I've ever seen.
You need to come to one of our meetings. We meet.
Do you know when the next meeting will be?
The next one will be our September meeting.
All right. And that's
The second Saturday
second Saturday in September.
at the senior centers here in Cullman. That says something about
You'll be
Sportsman
welcome to come.
Park. I'm not
Yes,
sure what the
Sportsman's
legal
Lake Park, yes.
name of it
The
is.
Commission on Aging over there.
Yes,
that would
absolutely,
be-
yes. They've been very generous with us. We have a wonderful meeting space.
Okay, well, I will definitely be sure to make it, and I encourage everyone at home, if they've never attended one of these meetings, just to come and see
Absolutely.
what's going on, because it's a fascinating process. It's beautiful pieces, and if they learn something, that's an added bonus.
Absolutely. I can give you information about what's here, about special teachers. There's several of our teachers that have signed up to be beginning teachers.
Right.
So I can put you in, if you want to learn, I can put you in contact with a teacher, or any of our upcoming events.
Thank you again for coming on the show with us today. I really appreciate it. And again, for the viewers at home, these are two wonderful people. If you need to come and meet them sometime, definitely at that next event. And thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back.
That's how fast the health information technology profession is projected to grow this decade. That's how much a health information technician can make in the first year. Who will you be? Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
Have you been online to see our brand new website? Go to mycolemantv.com. There you can find links to see a live stream, notes from today's shows. You can meet our sponsors and even meet us here at the station. But don't forget about that Meet the Sponsors link. There you can see advertisements from the sponsors that help keep us on the air. You can also click on the links to go to these sponsors' web pages. My Cullman Television. Let's discover Cullman together.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
And welcome back. So, we've had a lot of cool things going on, and again, that interview with Mr. George Benson was probably one of the coolest things I got to do in terms of working here, because I got to speak with him about the porcelain that he makes, and it's a pretty interesting process. I enjoy, learning about those kind of things and the meticulousness it takes to make something like that.
Oh yeah, such a sharp eye for detail too.
They have patience for days that I just do not have the ability to keep. Alrighty.
I don't think we have any patience for that, but I really respect the trade. I wish I had any talent for that.
Well, hey, it is a learnable skill apparently, and they encourage you to come out and check them out and learn how to do it. So, it's always something. And even you as audience members, go out there and check them out. Look them up. That's the Alabama Porcelain Painters Guild, and they're an interesting organization. They're filled with some cool people.
They're Very cool.
Alrighty, so we've got some interesting news stories to cover, so let's dive right into this one today. In Zimbabwe, a guide placed himself between tourists and a charging lion, saving their lives. The man, Quinn Swalls, that's how I'm going to say it, was leading a walking tour through the, Hwenge National Park on Monday. The same park was home to Cecil the lion, the famous lion that was recently killed, that was killed by the American trophy hunter in July. So that is, a park with some notoriety to it at the moment. The camp tour group said that he bore the full brunt of the charge, placing himself directly in harm's way. He did everything he could to successfully protect his guests and ensure their safety, and that no guests were injured in the accident. Now, we are unsure of his condition at the moment, but he was indeed attacked, and he took the full force of a charging lion, which, depending on the size of the lion, I can only imagine is extremely painful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, those lions, they're huge. They're scary. The one that was killed back in July was Cecil the lion. He was literally the face of Zimbabwe, and it was so, horrifyingly sad for that community because they love this lion. But you can love a lion all day, but having one charging at you, you're going to feel completely different about Absolutely. It. So they said that, the future of that lion will be determined after a further investigation. I hope that tribe leader.
Let's be honest here. We know that a lot of people, when incidences like this occur, their first instinct is to let's kill the lion because it attacked a person.
Right.
Well, let's think about this logically. This lion, regardless of how it's raised, national wildlife or in the wild itself, it's a wild animal, okay, and it's a wild predatory animal. So when you're a group of things that can be eaten, it attacks you. Of course, it's going to try to attack you because you're food. I mean, we can't expect the lion to be like, oh, those are people, can't harm them. But an antelope, that's cool.
Yeah, so, we'll see the fate of the lion to be determined soon. We do hope that tour guide is doing all right, though, so.
Absolutely. And if we collect any more information on that, we'll definitely relay that.
Well, so if you have kids, I know that you've heard of Frozen. I mean, it's literally inevitable. But there is a new princess in the world of Disney, and that would be Princess Mona. She is a Polynesian princess, and she uses her exceptional navigational skills as she sets sail to find a legendary island on a journey of self-discovery. And joining her is her pet pig, Pua, and Hee the rooster. The movie also features a demigod played by Dwayne Johnson. Disney hopes that this movie, which will come out in late 2016, will be just as popular as Frozen. And if it is even half as successful as Frozen, it will be doing very well.
And it will spawn another song that everyone wants to hate themselves for.
I can't hear the song Let It Go anymore. I can't do it.
Exactly. It is probably the bane of my existence as of right now. Just the mere thought of it gives me a migraine.
It's a great movie. It's got a great lesson to it. We are excited for this new Disney release, but yes, I am hoping for just as much popularity as Frozen, but maybe not as annoying of a song as Let It Go.
Alrighty, and last but not least, in Cullman City Schools are getting a lunch update. Now, the City School Board of Education has recently added new ways to eat lunch at the city schools, part of the Cullman City Schools Child Nutrition Program. West Elementary is offering students the chance to buy Schoolables, a fully reimbursable meal similar to Lunchables, which are the packed meals that you can buy. Schoolables, however, do meet the USDA guidelines. Cullman High School will be getting vending machines stocked with complete meals. That's an interesting concept.
Oh, yeah.
Students will be able to view monitors that control nutritional information about the food offered. These Cullman City Schools nutrition program offers nutritious meals full of vitamins, minerals, and calories students need. So these are basically protein boxes, vegetable boxes. They've got this huge variety of different vegetables and whole grains that you can get out of these boxes, which is an interesting concept. Again, out of personal opinion, though, I was a high school student. I wasn't counting calories. I didn't care. At one point, I didn't even care how it tasted. I was just hungry.
With the obesity rates that they are currently for younger children and even for adults, I think reinforcing these healthy ideals are are very important. It does help them to adhere to a healthier lifestyle and eating plan. But, I mean, I do agree. I truly enjoyed my old school pizza, prepared by the cafeteria. But
and if it was anything like ours, it was cardboard with a layer of plastic on top of it with smaller plastic bacon bits placed on top of that.
Our pizza was
and
actually
super
really
hot
good.
so that you couldn't taste it because your tongue was on fire. And that was school lunches for me. It was literally just the most generic tasting, but you loved it. You loved everything. You went back for seconds because
I liked
you could.
our lunch was always good, but
I lived in Cullman, so or the Cold Springs area. So I
Yeah.
mean, you and your fancy lunches over there.
No, I just liked it. It wasn't that fancy, but our pizza really was good. We had a full conversation about this once about how the county pizza and stuff like that was just so good.
Like, I'll tell you this, to point out the kind of school that I went to, and nothing against my high school, I'm not going to name it so people don't go lynch me for it, but the school I went to, the most exciting meal to us was the Hot Pocket. That is what we got excited for, was a bag with a Hot Pocket in it. So
I do think this will be a good thing. We'll see how it plays out, but it's nice that they're even offering these different kinds of options to these kids.
I don't like the vending machine idea. I guess that would be a good way to budget. In the off chance you forget, you don't have to worry about spending an arm and a leg to find a meal replacement.
Plus, you're still, maintaining a healthy diet.
Absolutely.
And
You got to encourage it, even though I hate it. We got to encourage it. Alrighty. Well, now, would you like to say it?
is his favorite time of the show.
Absolutely favorite time of the show, because it's the one time of the show that I get to feel smarter than I actually am. And again, this is the time where we get to talk about the weather, which is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. So make the switch to Mitch. All right, looks like the high today is going to be 91 with a low of 69. Record high set in 2007, not that long ago, at 103. That's a lot. 1956 set the record low at 52. Sunset tonight is at 7:18 with sunrise tomorrow at 6:16 a.m. And look at that beautiful clear. We have nothing going on today, nothing, or at least nothing that we'd have to worry about. So it looks like we're going to have generally clear skies today. Again, mostly sunny with some slight coverage. Looking about a high of 84 with a chance of rain today at 0. Low of 58 tonight. Again, we start wearing those longer sleeves. And tomorrow we're looking at a high of 86 with another 0% chance of rain. So it looks like we're going to start clearing up, which is fantastic because cold and rain is terrible. Now it looks like we do have a bit of a, again, we had some rain coverage happening, previously, but it looks like we're going to hit those upper and mid 80s for highs and sticking around the mid to lower 60s for the lows at night. So let's definitely start getting ready. Break out the hot chocolates, break out the apple ciders and stuff. If it's going to be fall, might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really weird. Whenever I get up, I have to wear a jacket, and then by the time we leave, I'm really hot. So
I'm in a swimsuit.
This Alabama weather.
I can't even blame Alabama anymore. I think we need to blame what really is the problem here, and it's our inability to decide what kind of weather we want. So people keep asking for different types, and it gets confusing, and there's a lineup issue.
And that's ridiculous.
Well, look, we got to blame it on something, obviously. I mean, we as human beings have this uncanny knack to blame anything and everything, and if we're going to blame something, might as well blame poor management. I'm going to write whoever's in charge of weather here in Alabama, and they need to cut it out. Alrighty, well again, if you will join us in just a moment, we will be right back.
Fire, accident, storm. They all happen in Cullman County, and for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with companies like Auto Owners, State Auto, and Southern Guarantee. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Nelda. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
Hi, I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
And we are back with our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi. And there's a cookbook fundraiser for the Women of Faith group, Garden City Church of God. Proceeds benefit the church's food bank. They are $12.50 each, and you can contact Rhonda Davis or Patsy Kennedy at the screen numbers right there.
And Miss Catherine Morgan with State Farm offering discounts up to 40%. You can contact her at 256-734-4640. And remember to talk to her about all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs.
And the Jesus Music Revisited will be Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. at the Betty Leith Haynes Theater out at Wallace State. And don't forget, that's donations only. Original groups featuring Shalom Band, Jerry Tanner, Dawn and Faith Peters and Ghost River, Brookie Finlayson, and Christian Brothers Band.
The Candlelight walking tours are October 5th and October 6th. These are guided tours through downtown Cullman. They begin at the Cullman County Museum and Fest Hall Marketplace. For more information, visit CullmanOctoberfest.com.
And the Alabama Gourd Festival will be October 17th and 18th at the Cullman Civic Center. Admission is $3 and kids 12 and under are free. For more information, go on alabamagourdsociety.org.
And the rummage sale hosted by the Cullman Pilot Club. Again, this is October 23rd and 24th at the Cullman Fairgrounds, so definitely check that out when it comes around.
And Ben South's One-Liner Diner on the Southern Humor Highway. Don't forget to go check that out at the Red Door Cafe. And that will be Saturdays at 10 a.m. beginning August 15th. So definitely check that out. And Monday through Friday, 7 to 2 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 1.
And if you have a community billboard or would just like to contact us, you can reach us at our webpage at mycolemantv.com, email us at mycolemantv@gmail.com, or phone us at 256-734-7399. Remember to like us on Facebook at My Cullman Television.
And again, we are sponsored by Pepsi. And don't forget to send us your birthdays. Our weekly winner will receive an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. That drawing will take place on Friday. Also, send us your anniversaries. We would love to give y'all a present for that, a $15 gift certificate from the Candle Garden.
And if you didn't already know it, our sponsor of the day was indeed Deb's Bookstore, your hometown bookstore just down the road, literally just down the road from us. Browsers are welcome. The used books are half price every day, and the new books are 20% off every day. And they do have gift certificates, so go check them out. They've got just about every type of book you can think of. And remember to like us on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I cannot stress that enough. If you have any complaints or comments or recommendations or a story that you would like to hear talked about, put it on Facebook. We'll see it, and we'll get right back to you on that. So definitely talk to us on Facebook. We want to hear from you.
Are you sure you can't stress that harder?
I can't stress that harder. Look, okay, that Facebook page is the most important thing we have going right now. And the reason I stress that is because it's the easiest outlet for you to communicate other than just calling us. And it's an important thing. I want to go out there and I just want to talk to everybody, and the easiest way to do that, right now at least, is through Facebook.
Well, I admire your passion there, and I think it's a great idea. I think you all should go on Facebook and write us.
You know, we encourage you not only to get on Facebook for your news updates, but we also encourage you to talk to other people who watch the show. You might find somebody, make a friend or two out of just, common bond through the show.
That is true.
Talk to us. Send us a joke, if you got anything funny you want to talk about, send us the stories that you're not aware of. It's that kind of stuff that we encourage seeing on the Facebook page, because it really is a community-based hub. That's what we're looking for.
It definitely is, definitely. Well, we have an awesome guest for tomorrow. We have Mr. Fred, and he is going to be with the Hope Organization. And he's going to be quite an interesting interview, I do believe.
I'm excited to see something. We're not going to spoil something, but he's got something unique to the show that he's bringing that I think will be entertaining to the viewing audience.
I agree.
We're excited to see.
Yeah, we won't tell, though. You have to tune in.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so it's Thursday.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What I would like to do is go home and ice my entire body, because it's very much in pain from trying to literally keep up with 16-year-olds. but I have to actually go to work. So
See this? World's smallest violin playing just for you.
That is just so. That is so wonderful.
Come on, you gotta be excited for these kind of challenges. What happens if the power goes out for the next 30 years? You gonna be able to handle it?
No.
Can you do that?
I would easily be killed. Nope.
Well, at least we got right to the point. In defense, I would probably die too. But the thing here is that I would do it with much enthusiasm and as much energy as I could possibly give. You got to enjoy these things. Those are the moments that remind you that you are alive.
Definitely enjoying them. My body is not.
You're not old.
I feel old.
You're not old.
Okay.
You want to talk about something on Facebook? Talk about how she's not old. 12-year-old over here complaining about moving.
It was an obstacle course.
It was something.
Whatever.
And in your case, it was a test of your physical ability, and you failed.
I did fail.
All right. Well, again, I'm Jacob Murphy.
I'm Natalie Bonner.
And again, we all here at Cullman Television hope that you have a great Thursday, and we will see you first thing in the morning.